Yeah, and we'll get started. First question, right here with Zach.
Does this feel like fate? I mean, against that team, against that pitcher in a game of this magnitude?
Oh man, yeah. I don't write the script, but the one who does writes it a lot better than me, as I've said probably, many times. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Just, I know you have plenty of experience, but a situation like this, how do you balance your nerves or jitters or stress or try not to to succumb to that, I guess?
The goal is to get outs, right? That's my job. I know what I'm gonna do out there is like I know what I'm gonna do, right? Whether it's starting a game or leaving a game, whatever your job is still the same. So, you feed off of those, right? I mean, it's what you want. It means you're alive. It means, your heart's beating. So it's all energy. You just use it for good. And yeah.
Pitching against the same team just 5 days apart. Does that mean anything in advance for you or for the hitters, or how's that work out?
I mean, to me, it's pitching is pitching. The hitter's going to tell you what, needs to be done. And um, I mean, at this point in the year, right, it's that they have a good idea what I do. I have a good idea what they do, and it just comes down to execution and whatnot. So, they got a good lineup. So it'll be a fun time.
Very excited.
Two things. One, what was it like when, I mean, look, you're a competitor, you want the ball, right?
Yeah.
When you hear, hey, you got the ball tomorrow. What's that moment like?
It's always exciting. It doesn't get old when you hear that. So I was really grateful for voter giving me the ball, and I'll just go do my job till he gives it to somebody else. I'm excited about it. Mhm.
Would you change anything that you did the first time around that you would do substantially differently now?
No, I mean I gotta say I've done the same thing for the most part. Um, Going through my rehab starts to today, right? In terms of how you prepare. When it comes down to the game, it's just execution, right? And you have a game plan, you go out there, do your best to execute it, and you just go pitch to pitch after that. So, in terms of that point, no, you don't change anything in the preparation of it. You just, you trust the work you put in, and you know what you expect of yourself when you go out there on the mound.
Tarek really wears his emotions on his sleeve and really uses kind of that passion of fuel. And have you had conversations with him about that? You said you won't talk to him about kind of either reining it in or just using it in the most productive way possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm, I, he asked questions about it early on. I think the biggest thing that you don't want to, there's so many ways to look at it, right? Last thing you want to do is try to fake something out there in the wrong, like, what I mean, if you got that emotion, you let it out. And, um, sort of thing, right? Like I was being a parent, you get part of you get this a lot, right? You want to be able to talk whatever, going down different rabbit hole with that one. What Tarrant does is awesome. That's perfect for him, right? He's got that emotion, he's got that fire. He feeds off that stuff, and that's him. You wouldn't want him to be somebody else, right? So and I think that goes for everybody.
Social media kind of showed them about his language.
No, I did not. I did not. I gotta say, I'm kind of off of social media from, for here. Ebbs and flows for me. So no, I did not. But that's good. Yeah, it's Tarek's awesome, man.
When did they tell you, Matthew, that you were going to start?
About what voter I think came, told me about 5 minutes ago before I talked to you guys. So, and the plan has been to.
Surprise.
No, 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 no. I was gonna have the ball. I was gonna be ready to throw in some capacity. So, like I said, at this point in the year, it's your job is to get outs. Whatever, like our goal is to get 27 outs, and if you need more than that, then you go get more than that. How it comes about, like the cool thing about our team is that our egos are checked at the door, right? And we have one goal, and that's to get a W. So, um, I was going to be ready to do whatever I needed to. And if it starts at 108 as compared to later on, so be it. But my job doesn't change.
That change your plans to really start.
Plan is exactly the same. You know, we've been going down that course, you know, normal 5-day routine.
What were your emotions like being back in Detroit the last few days?
Oh man, it's Detroit's always going to be a special place to our family. It was fun. It's always fun to be back there and see people, when you're around an organization and people for 8 years, right? Whether that's walking by the same parking attendants or, clubhouse security or whatnot, you make friendships that last a long time. So fun to be back there and see everybody.
Here in the front, Andy.
I know you can't be two places at once, so you don't know this, but from hearing from your wife, what's it like for your kids to watch you pitch? Do you know, have you seen videos of what it's like for them in the ballpark?
Well, we got that age gap from 7, 5, and twins that are going to turn 3 this month. So it varies for each one of them. My oldest, my 7-year-old, she's dialed in. She understands it. She wants to learn how to keep score. My 5-year-old loves it, but he's more enamored with everything else going on, like the fireworks and whatnot. And I think the twins like the hot dog race. That's what the big thing is. Every time that they go to the game, they tell me, they told me that there wasn't a hot dog race during my last start, and that was the biggest news for them. So it varies by age, but it's kind of cool to see them as time has gone on, right? My oldest is Mira. She didn't really understand it until a few years ago, and then it was, why aren't you playing baseball? It's like, oh, but I'm hurt, honey. Like I got it. She's, and then you see that evolve and whatnot, and they get more and more dialed in as the years go on. So it's fun to see it through their eyes.
The project to teach her how to score.
Yeah. I mean, you need a game to, it's a little hard to find a baseball game in the offseason. I gotta probably put Papa on that and, sit her down with him and go through it pitch by pitch.
Any more questions?
Did you ever think when you signed here that you'd be pitching 2 games in the ALDS? I mean, was that, I know that's a silly question, but does that kind of, how do you take that all in?
I mean, just gratitude. It's what, like, you all those days. Man, you're making me cry. I don't know why. This is ridiculous. You're in the gym, right? And this is what you dream of. This is what you want. And you go do it. And it's like, yeah, right? Gosh, Paul. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but you're excited about it. And that's what you want. Like, you don't, like, this is what you dream about. You dream about everything leading up to it. I said when I got back, that was a step. When you get to the point, like 5 days ago, that's just another step. Tomorrow is just another step. The script is still being written, regardless of what the result is, but it's like, that's what you want. And it's the cool part about it. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys.